Hey everybody, how you doing? Major Dream here with the Art Mob Podcast. We are back for another pod session. So yeah, it's been a long time, but we are back. Whoop whoop whoop. Yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy these last couple of days on many fronts, weeks actually. But I wanted to make sure that we got back onto the scene because it's like madness. Madness is blood in the streets, blood in the streets, blood in the streets, man, blood in the streets. It's scary, scary. But we're here to bring all of y'all off of the block into blockchain, showing you how to utilize the new technology found in the Web3 spaces. So this is where we talk about NFTs, we talk about crypto, we talk about DeFi. And, we really create freedom strategies. And, the biggest thing about utilizing technology when it comes to building your own freedom strategies, it's really knowing how to use it. Also, being mindful of how other people are using it and taking some of the best practices and making it into your own personal freedom strategy to get yourself out of your situation. And so this isn't supposed to be financial advice. This is just supposed to be some place where you can create and learn the tools to build your own framework, so you can get out of your current situation, wherever you happen to be, whether you be on the block, whether you be in a terrible relationship, whether you are unemployed, whether you are looking to graduate and trying to figure out where is your next move, whether you are a entrepreneur and haven't figured out how to make your millions yet, or have positive cash flow, or at the end of the day, you just don't really feel tech is the place for you. Like, it's something over your head. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. This right here is for you. There's this last week, we have a lot to talk about, so it's about, let's get at it. It's like, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? I say no better place to start than the present, folks. No better place to start than the present. All right. There is blood in the streets. Tremendous amount of blood in the streets, man. Tremendous amount of blood in the streets. For those of us who don't know, one of the biggest exchanges, crypto exchanges in the world, FTX, looks like it's imploded. It looks like it imploded. And I'm talking about bad. I mean, so much so that they've frozen assets, so you cannot get your money out of FTX. So the next step is people are performing all sorts of securities fraud and whatnot, trying to get their money out of the platform. So they're looking to get the people from the Bahamas using their addresses, identifications, and in some cases, bribing people to, yeah, a guy who bullied me. Okay, check this out. All right. Yo, this is nuts. Okay, here we go. So, and I'm just reading a couple of Twitter tweets. So, and my heart goes out to everybody, because the thing is this, and this is what happens when you're out for self, right? I clearly believe, because most of these folks put the money into FTX, and it it just shot up ridiculously. You know, if you would have put, what, $500 into FTX type of stuff, you would have had like $100,000 by the end of the year type of thing. Like it was that type of crazy growth that was going on. And they were a big factor into Solana's growth as well. So you can see how all of these businesses and all of these platforms and protocols are helping each other, are investing in each other. And it's sort of like wash trading. It's sort of just like passing the buck around, but still there is nothing underneath it. And this is what you're seeing right now. It's really just goes to show you that the current banking situation, because and due to its lack of clarity, due to its lack of transparency, you would think that this is probably something that's going on in the current banking industry as you see it. But because most of this stuff is going on behind closed doors and so forth, and nobody can see people's books, this is also something that scares me, because it might also be going on in the normal banking sector as you see it. You get to see so many people out there with lawsuits against the Federal Reserve, the thing of quantitative easing, which really means let's just print money out of nothing with nothing to back it. Look, at the end of the day, folks, this thing is really murky, but it's not done. It's not over. So if you're gonna go into anything like this, please, one, do your own research and don't be greedy. Frank said it the best. Pigs get slaughtered, like at the end of the day, man, like don't be a hassa, you know what I mean? Somebody who just wants too much, because at the end of the day, you will get slaughtered. And that is all the blood in the streets. Everybody was praising, SBF for so long as he was a young guy making quite a bit of returns and was proposing the ability to give money away as a way to encourage philanthropy. But it's like, if you're giving money away but you don't have it to really give away, are you really giving money away? You get what I'm saying? Like, they bought the Miami Arena, they were sponsoring, from American Airlines. It was called the FTX Arena. They sponsored all sorts of stuff, the World Series. They were just throwing money around just to be friends, just to be friendly. But still, at the end of the day, man, when you're not trading anything or you're selling to yourself, this is why the blockchain is like the blockchain, just like the internet, is undefeated. The truth always comes to the surface, folks. No matter if you have tons of marketing, no matter if you have tons of PR. But let's talk about what's going on right now, though. This is the funny thing. All right. So Crypto Cloud released this about 3 hours ago, and so this is the biggest mess I have ever seen on for an exchange. Employees are charging people $100,000 to KYC as Bahamas residents to withdraw with a loophole in the law in the Bahamas. You get what I'm saying? Lots of sizable withdrawals happening in the last hours using USDT, so using Tether. People clearly abusing the Bahamas loophole. Wow. And I'm gonna tell you this much. Just like the US government was going after for all those people with the PPP loans, let's see if they're following these folks as well. Okay? You see what's going on right now. People cannot get their money out of FTX, and it's housed in the Bahamas. They are using this Bahamian loophole 4 people in the Bahamas. And I'm telling you this, you know why there's a loophole? Because when they had built Atlantis, they moved out all the Bahamian people. Bahamian, I want to say Bahrainian, but Bahamas people. They could not gamble in these casinos. They could not benefit from what was being utilized in the Bahamas. So now with FTX, they were like, no, that's not happening again. We want to get involved in crypto. So the one group of people that are able to get their money saved from the exchange are the Bahamian people. So now all of these other outside investors who are looking to get their money back, they are now bribing the FTX employees and allowing them to do KYC. KYC is short for Know Your Customer. So they are bribing to ask them to really involve themselves in fraudulent activities to get their money out. They're paying $100,000 to come on like they are Bahamian citizens to withdraw their funds. That, my friend, is fraud. That, my friend, look, I'm no law dude, and I'm not trying to snitch, but what I'm just trying to say is that all the people that are going to jail for these PPP loans of like $24,000, $50,000, right? Look, that same type of heat, that same type of smoke, that same type of jurisprudence, that same type of safety, that same type of, going at that same energy. Keep that same energy, because we're definitely gonna be mindful, because I can tell you this, whereas the PPP loans, guess what? Those could probably be skirted around. The blockchain does not ever forget. These are blockchain moves. These are immutable. So yeah, be careful, folks. If you're out there bribing anybody and try to get your bread back, listen, the IRS may have a claim against you at some point, so be careful. That's all I gotta say. Like the thing about this is that this is so crazy. This is so crazy, man. So, all right, look, this right here it's really just my take on it all. This is my take on this. Because ultimately what we're going through here is a real kind of example of philosophies. This is philosophies, 2 battling philosophies that's going on. Okay? 2 battling philosophies. One, and both of them are valid. Both of these philosophies are valid philosophies. So you have one fully philosophy. Like, look, the reason why most of us are in crypto Wait, hold on. Let's read one more tweet. Artesian Capital. People are conducting Bahamian ID fraud and bribing employees at FTX to get their funds out of FTX. Bahamian citizens are currently still able to withdraw. They're the only ones that are able to withdraw based off of the fact that people build in the Bahamas and always leave the Bahamian people to hold the friggin' bag and not benefit off of it. That's the problem with people doing things in the Caribbean, is that the Caribbean governments have always given up their people to hold the short end of the stick, especially the poor people, who are the ones who are supposed to benefit the most out of it. Look at what's going on in Bermuda. It's a 60-40 split in Bermuda, where the Bermudians are running themselves, but they are historically kept out of the industries, such as reinsurance, such as finance. So the Bahamians, I can't. I'm keep crushing this. The the Bahamians have made sure that their people don't get the shitty end of the stick. So they keep a loophole in it that they can always pull their money out as long as they are Bahamian citizens. So, because of the fact of the liquidity and the exchange just dumping and tanking, everybody's going to want to get their money out, right? Now, all of these people that are sitting outside the Bahamas, trust me, they're best friends. They're trying to find the Bahamian best friends right now. They're trying to marry somebody. They're trying to do anything they can to get their money out. I mean, I know people that at least have $13 million in FTX. And look, based off of what they invested, that's one thing, not necessarily what their account says. So, the thing is, it's like people like to quote how much they own based off of what their account looks like. But ultimately, it's about what you invested, bro, because we can really see like a lot of these markets have been manipulated because look at what's going on right here. So people are currently conducting Bahamian ID fraud and bribing employees at FTX to get their funds out of FTX. Bahamian citizens are currently still able to withdraw. By doing this, you are committing serious financial crime. Be careful, right? So straight up, I mean, it says it right here, and this is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. People now withdrawing FTX balances by buying NFTs from Bahamian accounts for 6 and 7 figures amounts. Buying then you get the side payment and Bahamian withdraws the funds. Tens of millions of Tether taken so far. All right. So what they're doing, and this is what's going on, and this is why NFTs are so powerful, because you thought crypto punks and stuff were expensive, but these friggin' NFTs that are coming off of FTX, these things are going through the roof now. So people are purchasing NFTs off of the FTX platform and turning them into Tether so that they can gain their liquidity. So I can now sell an NFT for hundreds and thousands of dollars. You can purchase it using FTT token. You can purchase it, and then you can change it and trade it into Tether and get your liquidity. That's what people are doing right now. So be careful. And guess what happened? Hold on. Because I also want to say that Tether, on the flip side, was contacted by the government, telling them to freeze withdrawals. That's what I'm saying, y'all. The blockchain does not forget. It is all connected. That's the thing. See what happens when you don't work together? Like, all of this just goes back to everybody wanting to make their own project because they figured out how to get their grift their way. That's the thing, man. It's so sad. You were watching two philosophies battle it out right in front of all of us. Two philosophies battling out right in front of all of us. It's like you can't serve two masters, folks. You cannot. It's either you're going to be decentralized or you're going to be centralized. That's it. It's either you're going to be decentralized or you're going to be centralized. Now, I'm not telling you that the best solution isn't a hybrid model, but that hybrid model has to come from this decentralized standpoint. That is the philosophy of Satoshi Nakamoto. That is why Bitcoin has been created. That's why the proponents of Bitcoin, that's why the proponents of this Web3 blockchain world get penalized so bad, because we are direct anti to the system. The system is built on a shell game. However, since there isn't much transparency, and we have to depend on the Jamie Dimons of the world and the like to let us know what they're doing, good, bad, or indifferent. We have to depend on them. They're not going to tell us. They're going to come up with something called quantitative easing. That is like, oh, we just need more money out there. Look, y'all, the problem is this. Once Sam Friedman, SBF, once he decided to really suck up to the government, suck up to the politics and the politicians, he drew a line in the sand. He definitely drew a line in the sand. This right here was not the way to really go about it. I get it. I totally get it, because me, myself, I also, champion safety. Safety that allows big money to come into the network. But you can't do that with government regulation. You can't suck up to K Street and all of these lobbyists and want to sit there with the government talking about how you're going to police crypto. You can't do that. You can't do that. Not when there's too many. There's all these degens out there who aren't really about that life. So let's look at this, folks. So the granddaddy, of them all, in terms of exchange and liquidity and money, is Binance. All right? Binance is the big boy, right? CZ is now parked on a yacht in Dubai, operating Binance. And, I've been on record calling it a roving casino. But since then, it's been getting regulated. Dubai has given it special regulation and allowing it to work. But Binance was one of the original investors in FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried was a whiz kid, so to speak. Was able to make his initial wealth doing a bunch of arbitrage and finding ways to consistently get a compounding 10% and then some on some of his investments, which brought him up to being, a super dope dude in a lot of folks' eyes. So then he started FTX, a crypto exchange. And, he was able to acquire tons of money, tons of investment. And trust me on this, let's not even make no mistakes about it. He got a lot of his investment because of his pedigree, his name, and the fact that he was trying to promote this idea of altruism and giving away all his money. So, people liked the vibe that he was on. And, he was cool. I mean, he sponsored the FTX arena. He had a Formula One car. Lewis Hamilton was backing him. Tom Brady was backing him. He went after all the right people. And I think a lot of the times, folks, that's the issue. You can look back at this now and now start to see a lot of the red flags that you should watch out for moving forward. Like, what the fuck does Tom Brady know about crypto? You get what I'm saying? Like, he just gave up his marriage for a game that causes concussions and all sorts of hurt. So but that's not neither here nor there. But what I'm trying to say is, folks, you got to do your own research, man. You have to, because when you realize that Sam Bankman-Fried owns, FTX, Alameda, Capital, like he owns a couple of those companies that do work with each other, right? So the thing is, again, the problem is when you try to recreate the current broken financial system within crypto. And that is what has gone on, because everyone, rather than work for each other or with each other, everyone wants to be their own CEO. Everyone wants to be their own guy, girl, or whatever. Rather than, let's just take the best pieces and parts and connect and make a strong system that works, because governments cannot regulate us. They cannot. Governments never have our interest in heart. Come on, man. All of these systems are trying to keep themselves relevant. So I've heard, a lot of people now are looking at SBF as a plant. Was he planted into crypto to hurt us all? Was he? That's the biggest thing about it, because if someone is taking something that is decentralized, right? Our basis for this is about being immutable. Nobody can shut us down. We can't be quieted. We cannot be centralized. And then you decide to build up the biggest thing, the fastest growing thing, try to get the most hype about it. And look, don't get it twisted. Remember, a lot of the idea of being a Hebrew and a Jew, is to support your culture. So he was able to dupe his people to put money into this, knowing that it was going counter. See what happens when you try to come in and co-opt? See, you try to come in and take over something that's not supposed to be taken over? The market reacts. That's how you know this thing is so pure. Like, crypto is so pure, blockchain is so pure, because the components of it will always win. Will always win. So Binance was an initial investor into FTX to get it up and going, gave it its thumbs up. And 10 years into it, Sam Bankman wanted to be his own person. And create something that was more safer. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not against crypto becoming safer. I just don't feel that the government is the way to make it safe. I get what they were trying to do. They wanted to bring in more money into crypto because, folks, everyone has been taking money out of crypto to this point that has not been putting value into it, has really been stealing money from crypto, because our maximum market cap has been about $3 trillion. And look at Forex. Forex is half of what it's 500 trillion that was in Forex, in terms of the difference in the size of markets. So for those who claim they were making money in crypto, they were just taking the liquidity out of it, because none of the projects are building. 97% of the NFT market is gone. 97%. So everybody that was in the NFT market that took money out of it were, other than 3% of it, were robbing and were stealing, and then probably put their money in FTX. Listen, y'all, if you're not a real builder in this, and if you're not really looking how to build value into this, please stay out of this, please. And look, most people, they are wrecked. You think that their trust in the market is now really wavered, man. You didn't do anything good, bro. All you did was muddy the waters and brought too much attention on yourself, because now you just look like a plant. You look like an op. Full on, bro. You look like an op. The goal was to put you into this space, get everybody riled up behind you, and then fuck you. And then you fucked us. Blood in the streets, folks. And all of you guys that are so greedy, that are so heavy into FTX, that call yourself, CEOs of companies, leaders of companies, horrible, man, horrible. This shows that you didn't do your own research either, and that you're just as speculative. Like, look, people like me that come up with ways that make sense, when I tell you to mint the culture, that is really the only thing that is building value in this world, is building on the backs of black and brown people globally. Like, we are the value. You might as well, like right now, they wish they could mint more Bahamian people. Man, so again, two philosophies are going back and forth here. So you have Sam Bankman-Fried, who wants to make crypto safer, but he wants to use government regulation to make it safer. And you have the rest of us who believe that the market and that the ingenuity of the Web3, mindset of the crypto knot, of the, of the freedom strategists, the mindset that we have is we're looking to make a better product. We're not looking to run into this to be rich. We're not looking to run this into be rich, right off the bat. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Yes, we're looking to be wealthy. We're looking to build generational wealth. We're looking to master the technology, the philosophy, and really put out solid learning out there. We're not out here to just take your money and get rich. Look at them. Look at everybody scrambling. I see it. You guys are whack. All you kids, hold on. There was one here I wanted to read. There was one tweet I wanted to read. All right, by Bucky Cantor. The guy who bullied me in Hebrew school was early at FTX and just went from 100 million to 0. I would never celebrate his loss. So here's somebody coming in. I know you're joking, but Al-God Trading is one of the most genuine and ethical guys in crypto. Humble, charitable, brave, and a great friend. He'll be back. Folks, I'm going to tell you this much. The idea of what do they say, velocity trading or velocity finance, being able to lend money to yourself, pull money from yourself, invest money in yourself, lend money, pull money, like doing that, compounding your stuff immediately. That right there is a strong way to build wealth. And that, my friend, is what a lot of these tight-knit communities end up doing. They find one or two folks who can do this and they just give them all of their money and do it, right? So this is how you can see a young man that's 29 years old build something that gets to be $29 billion, right? The thing is, folks, is that if you're not building business, if you're just moving money, around, oh man, you already see. And that's what I'm trying to say. You're trying to utilize the current money system, which is false and a fraud, and you're trying to bring that into crypto, which will show itself. It will show you that it don't play. That's what's going on now. So you have, okay, so let's even break it down, because I know I've been trying to talk about this for a bit. So, all right, let's talk about the two top exchanges. So you have FTX and you have Binance. So this is what happened in a nutshell. Binance was blocked out of the United States because it didn't want to be regulated, because crypto doesn't need to be regulated. I wonder why. I mean, there's a bunch of people in prison for life that can tell you, don't build here in the United States, because we are in direct opposition to the banking system. Okay, the IMF, the World Monetary Fund, or the International Monetary Fund, the World Economic Forum, the Treasury, like all of those things that are the current money system and that everybody and the bankers are making tons of money on. This, we are in direct opposition to them. Okay, again, because we cannot look into their books, we can't audit the treasury, we can't do these things, or they won't let us do these things. They are having their own house of cards as well, but they try to mimic this same type of foolishness in crypto, which is different because we are a blockchain, a digitally held, transparent, immutable. Nobody owns it. And you're trying to bring that into it? Well, inherently, that's not right. So, FTX starts off, Binance, because they're like, listen, yo, get after it. Let's invest. Let's put some money in it, because Binance has a bunch of money and they want to promote crypto. So let's go for it. And the thing was that once Sam Bankman started to make a bunch of money and started to do the velocity finance and start to build, he just felt that, well, you know what? I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to be my own person. You know what? Hey, CZ, we're going to buy you out of us. And this, my friends, is, I feel, where the rubber met the road, where lines started to be drawn in the sand. Because to buy them out of their ownership, because, people were trying to go after CZ and lock him up. I wonder why. So they wanted to buy them out of FTX, which they did. They bought it with money, fiat, and FTT token, which is their native token. So he bought. Cool. Fast forward, Sam Bankman is now the world's darling, and he was doing some amazing things. So amazing that the government wanted to get involved. So now he finds himself sitting with Congress, talking about how they're going to regulate crypto. What are my 10 reasons and how we're going to regulate crypto, make it safer. I think you make crypto safer by hugging these young men when they start off in school and they're the nerds and they're picked on and they're bullied. Because a lot of these kids, they're only trying to find acceptance. That's what all of this is. This is what happens when you don't learn how to love and you don't know soft skills. You can't find a woman to make you feel good. You can't make a woman feel good. You don't bring more women into this space, but you got a bunch of little young bucks trying to have a pissing match to show, hey, I made this, I got this alpha, I got this, man. And at the end of the day, all of this, and a lot of them are under mind control. A lot of them are being MK Ultra, and don't even understand what they're doing. So this is, now all of this is alleged. I don't know. This is just what I think. Mainly because historically, these things have always been done. So you have these, watch. When you see him with blonde hair, then you really know. But with all of that being said, he wants to, he's from the outside, we're like, what is this man doing? What are you doing? What's our guy, Max Muller? Like, he was financed by FTX. And once he started to see SBF doing the move toward the government, he's like, hold up, this is not what crypto is about. You know who else felt the same way? CZ. Yep. The problem is, man, you can't come into our house and try to take our house over. You cannot. You can't plant. You can't co-opt someone who wants to feel like the man because he's always been picked on and bullied. And then you want to give them power. And then you want to think that he's going to use his power to come and take over something that is so pure. Now, granted, the pureness of it is that it's able for anyone to get in and do anything that they want. The market and the people are the ones that should be able to regulate them. You know, you go from proof of stake to proof of work to now proof of reserves. Because the problem is that when you are a bully with the bucks and you can just put this stack of coins out there, but there's nothing behind it, and people only see what you're showing them, yeah, that's the real deal. Let's see what's behind the curtain. And when they went to see behind the curtain, which what CZ did with his tweet, hold up. You know, that one tweet that he had, hold up here. Because that's really what happened, folks. You know, that's really what happened. It was the, hold on here, here we go. Here we go. This was his tweet the other day. Okay. CZ tweeted, when was this? This was November 6th. Today, as of this podcast, this is the 11th, right? So this was Monday, right? So here it is. Liquidating our FTT is just a post-exit risk management. Learning from Luna, we gave support before, but we won't pretend to make love after divorce. Wow. Damn. We are not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. Full stop. Onwards. Full stop. That's what CZ said, okay? So now, when you hear that, what are you gonna do? Hence, blood in the streets, folks. Then, all right. So that's what he put on Monday, right? Then, this afternoon, the same day, this afternoon, FTX asked for our help. This is a significant liquidity crunch. There is a significant liquidity crunch, right? A lot of people are just keeping money on the side. Now look, I'm not just in crypto. I also have friends in traditional banking as well. There are trillions of dollars that are just sitting on the side that could be put into the market as liquidity. But the system is trying to dry and bleed crypto out. Or at least try to get these tokens down so that they can flood the market with liquidity and then grow with it. Do you see how these tricksters work? Watch. Remember this, folks. $10 trillion is moving into the space within the next 5 years. So what do you think they're going to try to do? Bring all those numbers down so that they can move that 10 trillion in and then grow with the market. So that way you don't know where it comes and goes. So all of you folks out there that are in the space, I suggest you figure out diversity and risk management techniques, okay? All right, so this afternoon, FTX asked us for help. There's a significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding LOI intended to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full DD in the coming days, okay? All right, hold on. All right, hold on here. All right, then next day. Oh my gosh, bro, look at this shit, man. Ontario, hold on. Ontario's teachers pension plan invested in FTX at a $32 billion valuation. Jeez Louise, man, damn. You understand what the hell is going on here? Everyone is getting wrecked because of this fraud. Man, bro. So, all right, so that was that day. And then, hold on here. That was that day. And then the very next day, Binance then pulls out of saving FTX. FTX CEO SBF has filed for bankruptcy and personal owes lenders over $650 million. I don't know if that's true, but that could possibly be true. Blockchain backer Binance will not acquire FTX. All right, so this happened the very next day after they did the deep dive, right? As a result of our corporate due diligence as well, so this comes from Binance official account. As a result of our corporate due diligence, as well as the latest news reports regards mishandling of consumer funds and alleged U.S. agency investigations, we have decided that we will not purchase FTX. Then that's when everything went to shit. Look, man, at the end of the day, folks, this is not meant to be owned by anyone. Crypto is for the people. Blockchain is for the people. And watch out for these stars, man. Watch out for these people that are trying to come up and act like they're the saviors of crypto, bro. Come on, man. Again, most of these people have not been hugged. They never had an opportunity to be the man. They don't know how to feel as a person. And this right here is their journey to be a rock star. But I see through it all, man. And I'm just watching on the sidelines. While all of this plays itself out, you know, me and my friends are just sitting on the sideline building some dope shit. Because we know where to tap in at value. And we've gotten in and put our money safely on the side to wait. Look, if by my standards, and you know, this is going to be a bear market all the way through. So you better be building and you better be learning. Mostly important, you better be investing in yourself. And don't shit on good businesses. Like vending machines, laundromats, you know, real estate, gold, platinum, uranium, fucking copper, limestone. Like real tangible stuff are still a thing, guys and girls. Please diversify your portfolio. You should not be over leveraged in anything. You shouldn't. Rebalance your portfolio. Learn some more things. Do you know how many people out there that have math degrees that are in this because they didn't even utilize simple math? Like, it's crazy, man. Look, all y'all that went to school for all of these degrees, but really just went to school to appease the number one bullies in your life, your parents, and then now you took their money and put it into FTX. Now look at it, gone. Come on, man. The elites, their goal is to make you poor. I mean, go back to what, look, most of you guys weren't in Davos and heard what that World Economic Forum said. Their goal is to own everything, and you own nothing. A good way for that to happen is by following saviors to crypto and not doing your own research. Come on, people. Come on. You need those alpha strategies, man. You need those strategies to build a framework and the mindset to really maximize what this opportunity is. So I implore all of you out there, the most important thing is culture, is knowing history. is knowing who, what, where, when, how, and why, and having that as immutable. There are people getting together, creating one world religion, and I'm looking at the people in there that are doing it, and none of them are black. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, look, bro, regardless of which, if it's about teaming up against, the original Israelites of the world, it's not gonna work. It's not. Look at all of that you're trying to do. And it's just imploding onto you because nobody likes bullies. Nobody likes bullies, yo, no matter what. And you can't just come into something and try to fix yourself without doing the internal work first, people. That's what this is all about. That's what this is showing me, that you guys did not do the internal work that really brings you to that level to say that you can lead people. What this shows me is that there's still a lot of hurt in the world and a lot of hurt people that feel that money is going to fix it, and it's not. Coming together fixes it. Supporting your brother and your sister fixes it. And that means that sometimes you don't have to be a CEO. Like being employee number 11 or 111 or 1,111. Sometimes that's what you have to be, but be your best at it. Because Binance spoke, CZ spoke. You realize that CZ is a purist. Binance is the one thing that is running around out there. And it's still going on because it is not trying to remove itself from the tenets of crypto, which is immutability, transparency, and no middlemen. FTX wanted all the middlemen. And that's the issue. All you people out there that feel that these celebrities are the ones who know what's going on in this? How? How could they? How could Tom Brady understand what's going on in crypto? Come on, man. Do you see how stupid this sounds, y'all? This makes y'all sound? So now what y'all gonna do now? I say this. If you are not investing in something tangible that can be represented by blockchain and crypto and NFTs, but something has to be tangible behind it. So that way the growth is actually something. That's the thing, man. If you are not a real entrepreneur, then you need to go work for one. Because if you are not out there solving problems, all you're doing is prolonging the demise of your idea. Because if it's not based on solving problems, it will not work for the people, because it is not solving people's problems. People's problems, I know this sounds counterintuitive. People's problems aren't about making money. Everyone can make money. People's problems are that the system is built on extracting their money. You get what I'm saying? People's problems is not that they can't make money. Most people can make money. But the problem is the system trying to extract money from people. Come on. You have to do something to get paid, not just move money around to get paid. You have to actually do something. So yeah, man. So finally, what happened was Sam Bankman decided to grow this FTX utilizing relationships, okay? Not really building projects, relationships, big investment, and hype. And ultimately, locking arms with regulators, which at the end of the day, the idea and the illusion of safety was what he was giving you. He then decided to switch sides. He switched. He became an op. He became an op. And once CZ found out, it was like, all right, bro, I'm done. We out of here, bro. And guess what? I'm going to tell everybody. And the thing is this, he didn't even, he might have not have wanted to tell everybody, but once you move money on the blockchain, people can see it. So then they're like, well, why? Why did you move 580 million or 580,000 tokens? Why did you do that? Well, I need to move these tokens because I'm seeing things like Luna all over again. And you guys can go check out what the whole Luna debacle was if you haven't seen that. But just another thing, smoke and mirrors, right? That's what happens when you create a stable coin just based off of an algorithm. I mean, it was a science project. Anyhow, once they saw that, guess what everybody's gonna go? Cash out their FTT, just like CZ did, right? So this is the run to the bank. So then, oh, but there was a tweet from Alameda Research that they would buy CZ's tokens at $22. Okay, cool, buy it, great. Well, guess what? Everybody else wants that number too. And if anything less than that, they're like, oh my gosh. And that was it. That was it. There it went. There it went. And there's not enough liquidity in there to give everybody their money back. Not enough, not just liquidity, but not enough reserves. Hence, now you're going to see proof of reserves as a DeFi term now. It's not even going to be proof of work, proof of stake, proof of reserves. Because I can proof of stake anything if I could just mint more tokens. Yeah, you know, oh, we need 1 billion tokens to proof my stake? All right, cool, good that. Come on, man, proof of reserves, bro. We don't believe you, you need more people. Come on, man. That right there, my friends, is why we're at where we're at today. That's why people are paying, you know, the Bahamian citizens $100,000 a head to KYC as Bahamanian. And look, all the people involved in that, you guys are going to go to jail. You guys are going to be investigated. And if you're not, then you really know, man, this is really Babylon. This is really fuckery. If these people don't get found out, look, man, at the end of the day, you guys jumped into this. You could have been taking your profits and moved on to something better, but you were greedy. And again, just like Frank from Scarface says, look, everybody makes money, but you know what a chasar is? A chasar is a pig that don't fly straight. He gets consumed by the other guy's greed. Don't underestimate the other guy's greed. There's a chasar. They don't fly straight, bro. They get slaughtered. It's a pig. And that's what you saw. All of these little piggies try to freaking make their money and then go to the government to protect them. And then the degens of the world were like, nah, bruh. Jack. You're not going to co-opt our ability to free ourselves from your system. Sam Bankman, bro, you made the wrong move. And your empire is now crumbled on top of your head. And look, yesterday there was a slight pump in Solana and slight pump in FTT. But at the end of the day, guys, people have spoken. So look, y'all, this is the Art Mob Pod, where we talk about Web3 technology and build freedom strategies using blockchain, NFTs, DeFi, and crypto. But most importantly, we teach you the mindset and why, and the reason why a lot of this stuff is done. You know, like, look, this, for me, it's not really about the, the technical aspect of this. This right here is about the philosophy and about, the healing that needs to happen in crypto. Most of these folks are really, really hurt children trying to make up for the hurt, trying to figure out their way, and trying to cover up, mass amount of lies. But the beauty about the blockchain is it's immutable. The beauty about the blockchain is just doesn't forget, man, and it's transparent. So salute to CZ, because he did this for us. Thank you. Because he realized that this ain't about what we're about. So yeah, y'all. And look, if anything I said to you makes sense, share some comments, share, subscribe, that's for sure, because I definitely need followers. And just know that we're just gonna come to you with the real, because somebody needs to be the big homies out here and not after the fact. They need to be doing it real time, because there's a lot of y'all out there who made a bunch of money off of this and saw this stuff go down and still stayed with it. Shout out to Max Meyer. He was sponsored by FTX, and he was like, look, as soon as Sam Bankman started to be on his shit, he was like, yo, I'm out. There's a lot of people who didn't. Tom Brady rather lose his wife than lose his FTX endorsement. Look, man. Anyhow, y'all, it's your boy Major Dream. I'm out.